Hey guys, it's the Prez, Lawrence Presman. You're watching Puck Time with the Prez. It's Monday, February 24th. We only have one game to talk about, but somehow we'll figure out how to make this a 15-minute show. Carmine Bianco with us and the kid, Andrew McGinnis. Well, let's start with you, Andrew, because I've had to listen to Carm go on and on about the Leafs for the last 2 days. How are you? How was your weekend? Are you rolling still? Give us the goods.
It was a pretty good weekend, Prez. The important news is I'm continuing my streak with the 5%ers. I hit my 8th straight 5% winner in the NHL, so that was kind of the bulk of my weekend and the strong point of the weekend. And it's been fun recently, trying to find out all these the trade speculations and watching my phone today and seeing what's going on. So it's been overall a good weekend. Didn't have as many play-by-play and media commitments, so it was a little more relaxing this weekend. So it's good to have, and just trying to continue now with the NBA now that the All-Star break is over, and then as far as NCAA goes, trying smooth sail into March Madness. So it's a great time to be a sports fan right now.
Excellent, brother, and way to go on your 5% play. We promoted the shit out of it on Friday, so hopefully you got picked up some clients, and they all are happy with you. Carmine Bianco, you won your 5% soccer play on Saturday. Still rolling in that sport.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good past week. Had a 5% winner on Monday in NHL, followed up with an easy Thursday 5% winner in the Europa League soccer, and then Man City on Saturday. So 5% plays. And plays in general are rolling at 15, 4, and 1 last 20 plays, but picking up steam even before that. And I'll have a 5% play up for tomorrow in the NHL and NHL action. Just waiting to finalize the lines on this, but it likely won't be up until the morning of Tuesday for tomorrow.
Well, there you go. And we've got a big card tomorrow. Yeah. So should have lots of people watching.
And a shout out to, don't mean to cut you off, shout out to Buster as well too. Buster was supposed to be on today, messaged me that having some internet problems down in Mexico, but Buster, another 5% winner on Sunday. That man is rolling in the NHL as well too. Got to give credit where credit due. These guys are winning, Lawrence. You were on a tremendous and still on a very good run in NHL. Regardless of whether you drop a play here or there, you guys are motoring in NHL, man, and it only bodes well leading up to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, although I'm just bummed, man. Like, I'm on an 0-5 hockey run, and we were on a 16-2 run like 3 weeks ago. 16-2, picked up a bunch of clients long term, then hit the skids. But I got to tell everybody, you just have to expect this stuff. I mean, we're going to go up. We're going to go down. I've got at least a couple of more big runs in me. I mean, we're going to June. So lots still to come, regardless of my 0-5 run. And I'll have a play up for tomorrow as well, Carm. And I'll right this ship, and I'll write it quick. I'm still on a 20-12 run. I'm still up substantial units on the NHL season. And well, I mean, that's just ultimately the way it is. You do this 365 days a year for 3 decades, and you're going to have real good times, real bad times, and real consistent times. Trade deadline today, boys. Andrew, any comments?
First of all, I'm happy that the Habs are kind of getting rid of a few people and stocking up on their prospects. I mean, are there draft picks? That's what they need to do. Also, the draft this year, 2020, is in Montreal, so they're kind of doing what they had to do. They're still kind of going to try and win some games, obviously, but they had to get rid of a few guys. And really shocked with the whole Kreider situation, though. I mean, I figured they might sign him, but 7 years, guys, is a long time. But I guess they wanted to lock him down. They got a good goalie in Shesterkin. This team might not have been the tanking team that everybody thought they would be at the start of the season, possibly. So, Kovalchuk as well, going to Washington. We might as well start calling them the Russia Capitals, not the Washington Capitals, with all the Russian stars on that team. So, watch out for Washington now. I mean, adding Kovalchuk to that power play is going to be super dangerous. A lot of good trades going on, a lot of moves. I'm impressed. I think that's shaping up. This is going to be a really, really competitive league, competitive playoffs. We always see it being competitive, guys, but this year it's really up in the air.
So the Russians are taking over Washington.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
The Oilers have just made a deal. I actually really like this deal. I don't know who Detroit is getting in return yet. It's TBA. But they picked up, let me pronounce his name right, Anastasio, Andreas Anastasio, forward from Detroit Red Wings. He's now an Edmonton Oiler. So they're adding even more scoring to that team.
Well, the Leafs are doing great. They've made no trades of substance. They picked up Kelly Rosen. Who cares? I had a 5% play on the Leafs on Saturday night. Let's move on.
Prez, I just want to say, he runs such a successful company, him and Marco. They do so well. I know that they want us to give what the people ask for. And I had several people say that, hey, if we watch this show every day, we got to see Prez talk about the Leafs. So we got to hear more about your thoughts than just that, Prez. Come on.
Well, I mean, listen, what are my thoughts? It was embarrassing. It was humiliating. They couldn't even get a shot on net. They played utter garbage. And the thing is, they did it right after the best game I've seen them play in years against Pittsburgh. And I honestly thought that Pittsburgh game was going to be a turning point game in the season. And then they came back, and I mean, you go back to, the Phil Kessel Leafs where they couldn't win a game. They still played better than what they played. This team is in trouble, man. And it's utterly baffling to me. They've just got so much talent on this club, and clearly these guys are not winners. I mean, nobody seems to be able to put the team on their back. I think we're going to rue the day we made that John Tavares offer, to be honest with you. I think ultimately he just isn't needed. I mean, he's really good, and obviously we want a great second-line center, but, man, that money could have gone far when looking at guys like Seth Jones or some Yossi, somebody who is, on the defensive side of things. And then I can't believe we let Wayne Simmons go to Buffalo today for nobody when he is a perfect fit, given that he actually has a heart that beats inside of him. Andrew, I'm disappointed. I don't know what to tell you.
Well done. Well done.
No, listen, I get it. And, when we look at the Leafs, I think we talked on the show before the second game against Pittsburgh, where, I said I thought the Leafs would come home and win that game. They weren't as bad as everyone made them out to be in that 5-2 loss to Pittsburgh. Yeah, they fell behind 5-0, but they got smoked on the power play. And I said, just stay out of the box against this Pittsburgh team, and you can beat them. And they did. And then I heard some people say, well, they played so well against Pittsburgh at home that they were going to come out flat the next game against Carolina. That makes absolutely no sense. These are NHL players. You don't play well one game and play flat the next. That had nothing to do with it. They just didn't play well. And then, and here's the thing. I posted a screenshot of this on Twitter, and the Prez will tell you about it. I know that he had a 5% play on this, and I was getting messages from him. I was at a sports bar with some friends watching the game and getting ready to watch the boxing match. And I said to Prez, when Reimer got knocked out of the game, I go, well, all you need to do now is charge the net, knock Mrazek out, and they'll have to go to an emergency goalie. And this was at 7:30 Eastern time, and it actually happened. And they went to the Zamboni driver, and it is absolutely unbelievable that heading in to the second intermission, the Leafs are down 4-3 with this goalie in net, and you've got to come out and shoot. Get shots from anywhere on the ice, get shots on this goalie, because number one, doesn't matter where the shots are coming from, his rebound control he's not an NHL goalie. He's going to let in rebounds, get to the net. get pucks to the net. They got 6 or 7 shots on goal in the third period. That's absolutely unacceptable from a team with this much talent on them. And they deserve to wear this on them. They deserve to be embarrassed. And we can't watch these interviews of Marner saying, yeah, I played terrible. This is on me. Tavares saying, yeah, we need to pick it up. Yeah, guys, enough. We've heard this all season, all year. You're not playing well. Something has to be done. And like Prez said, I don't understand. I'm a Sabre fan. I don't understand. They're not making the playoffs. What are they doing picking up Simmons? This is a trade that Dubas should have picked up. He could have got him for next to nothing. And this guy, you're not adding him to score goals. You're adding him for his grit. They need grit. And this is a deal Dubas should have made. And let me tell you, when 3 o'clock comes and goes, if this Leafs team has not made a trade that significantly helps them in that physicality department, Dubas has to go.
Yeah, I was thinking last night, and we got to get on with the show, but I was thinking last night, what would the team look like if Lamoriello was still in charge? And I don't even think they would have signed Tavares, to be honest with you. Boys, we got one game today. Before we get to that, I got to give out a promo, and then I want to talk quickly about the opposite of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Carolina Hurricanes. Guys, listen, 2 days only for this promotion. Baseball has started. Spring training has begun. The Blue Jays are undefeated. Tony
plus
Finn.
price, too, both games.
Yeah. Tony Finn, 134% return on investment in 2019's baseball season. The #1 handicapper at both Sportsmemo and WagerTalk for baseball. He's done it year in and year out. It's the longest season around. 105,312 games for each team. Our regular season price is $1,095. That's $1,095. $400 off to anyone. This promo is only available for the next 2 days. $400 off. Head over to wagertalk.com. Use the promo code Tony695. It's at the bottom of the screen. Tony695. And trust me, everybody, you really want to take advantage of this. Tony is just a god in baseball. Like it's actually unbelievable how well he does year in and year out. And these long-term packages are the way to win. You'll go through slumps. You'll go through streaks. At the end of the day, you'll make at least 100% return on your money, which is outstanding. So head over to wagertalk.com and use the promo code Tony695. Okay, I just want to quickly say, and then we'll move on. Carolina Hurricanes, they were the recipient of the Leafs' worst play ever, or were they? Maybe they were the recipient of their best play ever. And that's really important because I think we just saw a turning point for Carolina, and I understand Mrazek is out for a while, Reimer as well, and one of their top defensemen. But I think this team probably showed themselves that they could beat any team on any night with a Zamboni goalie in net. I think we're going to see a run from Carolina, and they are tied with Columbus for the final wild card spot, which leads me into the Columbus game. Blue Jackets have hit the skids. Andrew, I'm going to go to you first. They've lost 8 games in a row. Granted, a whole bunch of them have been in overtime, and we've been talking about that a lot, just taking Columbus in overtime. Their last 2 games went to overtime, 3 of their last 4 games. 4 of their last 6 games, 5 of their last 7 games, 7 of their last 10 games. I mean, this team just lives in OT. Makes you wonder why they didn't pick up Ilya Kovalchuk, the greatest shootout artist in history of the sport, given that they're in a shootout every second game. Minus 220 against Ottawa tonight with an over and under of 6.5. And I like the over in this game, Andrew. I mean, Colorado, their games are going over all of a sudden. Last 4 games in a row have gone over. Yeah, Ottawa struggled to score the last 2 games, but put up a 7 spot against Buffalo, a 4 spot against Dallas. I think we're going to get 6 or more goals here, Andrew, and I'll go to you first.
Yeah, Prez, I spoke with a few people once Seth Jones went out with injury, how we were going to, really change our view on the totals with this Columbus team and how much it'll affect them defensively. And it certainly has. I mean, the list of injuries can really stack up for both these teams, not just Columbus, but Ottawa as well. Like you stated, the past 4 games have definitely gone over the total, and we're seeing a 5.5 in every game for Columbus. I don't think we'll see a 6 or a 6.5 the whole season for this team. So now is the opportunity to take advantage of it. And especially right now, I think with this Ottawa team trending towards the under as well, this is an opportunity for both teams to kind of break out here. It's important to mention that John Tortorella was literally saying, "Hey, look, if we're getting scored on now, if we're starting to lack defensively, we got to pick it up in the offensive zone. We got to start shooting more. We got to adjust our angles, crash the net for rebounds." He literally said that the style of them winning lower scoring games right now is kind of on hold. Obviously, it hasn't been working. They're 2-8 their last 10. Ottawa's 3-7 their last 10. I like the over as well. Do I want to take a shot with Columbus here? Definitely not at that price. No. To be quite honest, I'd probably look at Ottawa on the puck line on their side at plus 1.5 goals to keep it a 1-goal game.
Yeah, and that makes total sense because if Columbus does win, it's usually by 1 goal. Carmine, my brother, regale us with your thoughts on this hockey game.
Well, we've been lucky enough over the last month or 2 months that our Mondays are usually stockpiled with games, and we've only got one, and they gave us pretty much the biggest stinker of a game that you can think. Like, do you want to lay, I know they're playing Ottawa, but do you want to lay minus 230 with Blue Jackets team that has lost 8 in a row and are averaging 1.9 goals a game over the last 10? I wouldn't. But that said, Ottawa's moving players. It's not the same lineup we're going to see. And I thought that they're probably one of those teams that could play the spoiler role. But I think they're in full tank mode at this point right now. So they're a definite fade in each and every one. And in all honesty, I know you love doing these ones, Prez, but this is one of those ones where it's Columbus is going to win. They've got to win. And I wouldn't mind laying the goals here. And by laying the goals, I wouldn't mind laying 2.5 here. You could lay 2.5 with Columbus, and you're getting plus 210 on your money. I'd rather do that and take Columbus to win by 3 tonight, 3 or more tonight, and get 2-1 on my money.
Also, we've been talking about live betting a lot on this show. I had a really great live betting night last night with the Vegas game and the Edmonton game with the overs. Same thing in this game. If we get a low-scoring first period, we get an over, maybe 4.5 heading into the third period, I'd recommend jumping in on that.
He's Andrew McGinnis, Sportsmemo.com, 8-0, 5% run. Carmine Bianco, 15-4, all sports run. Guys, make sure, I'm serious here, make sure to play Tony Finn's baseball from start to finish. He was 134% return on investment last year in baseball. I took $400 off of his regular season price. So head over to WagerTalk.com, use the promo code Tony695. And also a shout out to Vivian, the Vice Prez. She threw up a NBA parlay on Friday, tweeted it out, won it easy. She won her NHL parlay last night. She's rolling again in these parlays. Nothing for today because there's only one game, but stay tuned for tomorrow. As well, Carmine and Alex will be on tomorrow, and then Andrew and Alex on Wednesday. And also stay tuned because Dave Koken and I are going to do our first baseball show of the season this week. It's called First Pitch. We're going to tackle how to bet the grapefruit season, preseason or exhibition season, whatever you want to call it. So stay tuned for that. It was a pleasure doing the show with you boys. Anything you want to add before we call it a day?
That Oilers deal for Anastasio is 2 second-round picks heading over to Detroit. So the Red Wings, obviously, with the best chance at a #1 pick overall in the lottery draft, pick up some second-round picks, and they're retooling for years to come. It's one of those things. Stockpile those picks. We'll see what the Leafs do. Prez, don't worry about it with the Leafs. I know this is something. God bless you. I can hang over all Leafs heads that you're the only team in the NHL to ever lose to a Zamboni driver. I love it. I never slept as well as I did on Saturday night, and I appreciate what you Leafs did for me that night. Anyways, peace out.
Okay, Andrew, nothing like listening to a Buffalo Sabre fan bitch another team out. Anything you want to say?
No, I'm good. I'm good to go, Prez. I mean, for anybody out there that's watching that watches this show, but also direct messages me for free picks, these are my thoughts. So if Prez asks me my thoughts on the game and we're on this show and I say pass, don't direct message me and ask me for my thoughts on that game just to get a pick. I'm not going to force a pick to people. I like people that watch this show. These are my picks, my predictions. If I don't love a game, I'm not going to give out a pick on it. It's just kind of I would feel guilty almost giving out a pick on a game that I don't bet myself.
21 and a half minutes, one game only. Tomorrow's show, 4 hours long. I'm the Prez. Carmine and Andrew with us. Make sure to buy Tony's baseball season. Tony695. We'll see you all tomorrow. It's been a pleasure.